says it's the end of
A very tough, very underrated individual is Dakota here at Steel Domain Wrestling. Ed, I know I saw you talking to Dakota a little bit earlier on in the locker room. He seems to think that he's getting shortchanged here in SDW. For heaven's sakes, he's about to take on one half of the current Steel Domain Tag Team Champions.
The guy's from North Dakota, he's complaining. What would you expect?
Do we have any viewers in North Dakota? Does KSTC go out that far, or are you going to alienate somebody else?
We're on several stations out there. We're on that station in Redbud, North Dakota. You ever? Yeah, Channel 1. Haven't you seen the show?
I've missed it.
Yeah, guy from North Dakota. What do they got? 300 people up there, and he's complaining?
Dakota, ladies and gentlemen, in the ring with that man right there, one half of the SDW Tag Team Champions. Where's the belt? Don't tell me he left the belt at the pain reliever. Once again,
Ted told me he was at a movie shoot all day, and one of the fluff girls stole the belt, took it home with her. So we got to work on getting that belt
we
back.
better get it back. I might have to go make an appearance myself and try to get the belt back personally. Ted, the Piston Dixon, one half of the SDW Tag Team Champions, to do battle with Dakota. And it should be a very interesting matchup. Dakota from behind getting the drop on the Piston with a series of forearm shots in the corner. You know, Dakota is one of these guys as the reverse. Wait a second, hang on just a minute. Jockeying for position here.
Uh-oh.
Oh! There's a snake eyes maneuver, and he about put his head right through that top turnbuckle.
You know, Ted Piston's usually a pretty mild-mannered, fun guy who wants to have fun. Ted the Piston Dixon.
That's better. He speared him. He speared him. Dixon speared Dakota. Count of 2. It would be a feather in the cap for Dakota to get a victory over Dixon. Dixon tremendously popular, certainly an unorthodox competitor here in Steel Domain Wrestling.
You'll notice that Ted goes to the same tanning salon that Red Lightning does.
He certainly does, although my guess is that Ted, especially in his line of work, away from the wrestling ring, probably gets a little more action than does Red Lightning.
Well, he gets the all-over 10. But you know the thing I don't understand, both these guys, they go in there and they're wearing sunblock. You think maybe that might be the problem?
Could have something to do.
Their moms told them they needed to wear sunblock.
We are at Montgomery Lonsdale.
I go to the tanning booth. I want vegetable oil rubbed all over. Would you do that for me, Karch?
Rub vegetable oil on you? I'd like to pour kerosene all over you and strike a match.
Well, just wait.
What I'd like. Jockeying for position right now in the famed Greco-Roman knuckle lock. Ladies and gentlemen, in the middle of the ring. And now look at this now, Dakota in behind. There's a belly-to-back suplex, and I mean, he delivered. And now Dakota sensing that he's taken the starch out of Ted the Piston Dixon. You would have to believe, Ed, that if in fact Dakota gets a victory over Dixon, the first thing he's going to do is go out and get himself a tag team partner and demand a championship matchup.
Well, I wouldn't blame him. You know, the guy has come in here. He's had several matches over the last 3 or 4 months, and he's making his way up the ladder here in SDW. And I'll tell you, the guy is tough. I've seen him take a pounding and then come back for more, and he's just got... He's got such tenacity. He's convinced in his mind that he can be wearing some gold here in SDW.
You know, he's built close to the ground, is Dakota. Very stocky, very well-muscled individual. There's a back body drop. And he's got an attitude, make no mistake. You see it the minute he walks into the arena area. He's got that edge to him, the edge that it takes to succeed in professional wrestling. Now, whether or not it's enough of an edge to take out Ted the Piston Dixon tonight at Montgomery Lonsdale, that remains to be seen. Wait a minute. Sunset flip. He holds on. Count of 2.5. Oh, what a clothesline. Absolutely took Dixon out of his boots that time. And now a submission maneuver here. That pump handle of the leg, all the weight on the shoulders, the traps, the neck of Ted the Piston Dixon, a classic wrestling maneuver. Being shown here by Dakota, referee Robbie Thunder in, making sure that Ted Dixon doesn't want to call it a night. He rolls out of it.
Was that a modified step over hold?
Everything is modified, you know that.
Well, yeah.
It's all modified. I can't say enough, ladies and gentlemen, about the fans here in Montgomery Lonsdale. They have been so great to us. We're so happy to be here. A great crowd enjoying the wrestling action of Steel Domain Wrestling. Mick Karsh, Ed Hillier, and of course, running the show back there, pushing all the buttons, including mine, Polish Joe Chupik.
That's right.
Chupik.
Polish Joe at the steering wheel here.
He certainly is, and hopefully if he's at the wheel tonight for one night only, his blood alcohol level is where it should be.
Well, you know he'll be over at Wally's, and the tape will be running out. And the next thing you know, Vegas is going to have to take over. Wouldn't that be something? Vegas.
Oh, don't scare me. Wait a minute now, Dakota posturing to the crowd here. This to me is just not a smart thing to do. You got a champion on his back in the middle of the ring, and you're talking to some guy holding up a sign in row 2. He gave Dixon all the time in the world to get to a vertical base, and now Ted the Piston, he's got him in that front face lock, that chancery, going for a superplex here from the second rope.
Man.
And he nailed it. Does he have enough to roll over? It looks like he took some pounding to his lower vertebrae as well. Both of these men, for the 6-7 minutes this match has been going on, have taken a back and forth pounding here. And now Dixon trying to get his wits about him. Dakota trying to shake the cobwebs loose as well. Dakota with a shot, and Dixon fires back now. Now they're exchanging shots in the middle of the ring. There's 2 shots and 3. Dixon with the upper hand off the ropes. There's that forearm shot right to the top of the head. Now, can Dixon stay on him? That's the question. Drops him to the canvas one more time, backs him into the corner. Oh, there's that knife edge chop right across the pecs of Dakota.
You can hear that all the way down to Lee Center, as they say. That's my mom's hometown, did I tell you that? Lee Center.
Dixon ran into a boot there. A little bit slow, a half a step slow, and Dakota, the veteran, was able to put up that boot. Dixon ran right into it, and now if Dakota can keep the momentum going here, there's a duck of a clothesline. Cross body, no! He caught him into a backbreaker.
You know, this Dakota, he reminds me of that friend of ours, Ken Patera. See a lot of moves similar to Ken Patera, and he's got an attitude like Ken Patera.
Not sure he's going to meet with the success that Ken Patera did. Oh, forget it, on the back of his head. He's got to be out. And Ted, the Piston Dixon, nailing the back of Dakota's head on the canvas, and from our vantage point, he absolutely sandwiched those upper vertebrae, those cervical vertebrae, and Dixon gets the Duke. Very, very hard-fought matchup, but an impressive victory for one half of the SDW Tag Team Champs.
To the funky, funky, funky groove. Get down, baby. Let the light reflect upon your natural mood. Get down, baby. Your creative mood shall express itself. Get down, baby. After life and desire, there is nothing left. We're all children of the world. A hungry man in search for a hungry girl. The extreme supreme of all cannibals. The most